Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, March 23rd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am an expansion warrior. And today we are finishing up a lunar cycle, a powerful lunar cycle, a powerful eclipse corridor, eclipse sandwich lunar cycle. And this happens at 5:01 a.m. with a full moon in Libra, and this full moon happens to be a lunar eclipse, which just adds like oomph, power, information, energy into this full moon energy. So full moon energy is always an opportunity to really get in touch with our lunar side, our feminine side, our emotions, what's coming up within us, what's coming up to be seen. You know, the moon, when we look at it, it's not just an orb of bright light, it's a reflection. It's a reflection of the sun, but it's also got its own landscape that gives it some dark spots and gives it some lighter spots. And so we are like the moon. We're a microcosm of the macrocosm. Everything in our world around us is a reflection for us to understand ourselves on a greater level. And this is how we're going to crack ourselves open and continue the expansion process. This lunar eclipse full moon is happening at 3 degrees in Libra, and 3 degrees is the degree of expansion. It's the degree of Sagittarius, the degree that wants to know, and the greatest way to know anything is to look at what's going on around. You can read books and books and books and books, and I have as a Sagittarius, but the thing is, you will really come to understand by recognizing what is happening around you, whether it's in nature or in your relationships. And this full moon is really tuning us into relationships because it's finishing up a cycle that we've been going through of lunar eclipses through the signs of Aries and Libra. And they're the I-we balancers. They're the singular energy and the we are connection, relationship energies. And so this is finishing up cycles. What have you learned about relationships through 2013? What has been your experience? To really understand what your lessons are, look at what's been going on for you since that time. The Sabian symbols for these, I really love. I'm going to start with the Aries one, actually. I, of course, marked it and my mark fell down. So Aries at 3 degrees is the cameo profile of a man suggesting the shape of his country. And what it talks about is just, again, the microcosm, macrocosm energy. How we are, and on a cellular level, even smaller, we are the microcosm. We are the macrocosm for ourselves. We are the microcosm for the universe. Everything is reflecting and balancing each other, and it's reflected for us always, all the time. And then the other one, Libra 3 degrees, where the full moon is, where this big energy is illuminating work for us. The dawn of a new day reveals everything has changed. And I've mentioned this week, like I felt like caterpillar goop. I feel like myself, I've been in this transformation process and I don't really know exactly where I'm going. I just know there's like some big change happening within me. And what I really believe, the astro today is all pointing in this change of us cracking open to the universal experience that we all are within each of ourselves and within our own personal universe, your universe. I feel like that's just been really evolving this year, 2016. It's been a year so far, right? So just notice where you're being asked to stretch, where you're being asked to crack open. Because the sun and the moon, the full moon, it is a stretching event. It is an opposition. And so there is always the stretch between the two energies, the masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark, the all that you are, opening a little bit more. The rest of the astro is feeding in so beautifully into this. We have Jupiter and Saturn squaring each other today. So Jupiter in Virgo has been tuning us into our body, asking us to come back into here, come back. This is where it's all happening. It's all happening in here. Nothing out there really matters. What's in here is what really matters. The connection to Saturn is really interesting because Saturn asks us to show up. And Saturn can be practical, but in Sagittarius, again, the effect is like this expansion process. So it's really interesting that we have this balance of the practical and yet the expansion happening in this square. And what came through with this happening at 16 degrees, which is a 7, is that you've got to leave room for the magic. We love to know. We want to know what's happening. We want to know how it's going to happen. But the fact is, we're never going to know. You can talk to psychics, you can talk to astrologers, you can talk to anybody. We never know exactly how it's going to unfold. But if you can hold space in here and trust the universe and just be present with your own process and leave room for magic, everything is going to unfold. The process, I think the square, the resistance, is going to be the mind energy. And there is strong mind energy today. Mercury is actually interacting with this energy. We have Mercury conjunct the sun today and opposite the moon at 3 degrees today. So the mind games are going to be playing. They're going to be like, is this what's supposed to be happening? Am I really changing? How am I really changing? All those things that go through our minds. And a quote came up with this, and it was, I'd rather have my mind opened by wonder than closed by disbelief. So let your mind do its thing. Let it ask its questions. Just pay attention to where your beliefs go. We're about to go into Saturn retrograde this week, and so we're going to be taking it deeper into our beliefs and shifting this old information that we've had for ourselves and be able to crack open some of those places where we still don't believe what's actually happening within us. The evolution of our personal universe. That's what I keep coming back to is do you recognize yourself as the universe? Do you know that? You see yourself as this big whole thing. This is the universe. And then all the cells. It reminds me of that scene at the end of Men in Black, I think it is, where it just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper into all these other universes just from this little thing. We don't know the extent of what's going on. But if we just take the physical energy of looking out there and seeing what's going out there, we can better understand what's going on in here. So recognize yourself as the universe. The other thing that's happening today that's major in this eclipse is that we still have Chiron, Ceres, and the South Node all connecting. Again, at 21 degrees, that degree of expansion. We're being asked to crack ourselves open. And this will bring healing. This may also bring some old stuff up from the surface. How can you expand into this old stuff? Maybe this is old stuff that you've resisted. Maybe this is old stuff that you couldn't embrace in yourself. Old feelings you couldn't embrace, old situations. And it's coming back around for us to look at so that we can crack open to it and embrace it as part of our path. Embrace it as part of our individual universe. And learn from it. Learn from the relationship aspect of it. What is the universe showing us? What is anybody else interacting in that situation showing us about ourselves? Let it come up. Let yourself experience it. Move through it. And then crack open. Because we are all, today, expansion warriors in the nature of the constant expansion of the universe. So the cards that I pulled in all this energy, intensity. It may feel a little intense. Full moons feel intense. The eclipse adds an extra intense level. This being the finale of, these energies since 2013. This being the finale of the eclipse sandwich. Intensity, you may feel it. It's okay. How do you move through that? You go moment to moment. What is right now? What is your body saying? What are you feeling right now? That's the only way you can really move through it with grace. What is just this moment? What is in just this moment? And through that, we're processing change and completion. The completion of many things. Those puzzle pieces are fitting into place and being like, yep, learn that lesson, check, next, because they just keep going and we keep riding the roller coaster, going deeper and deeper in. The other card I pulled is the mind card. Don't let this get in your expansion process way. Let your mind be opened by wonder instead of closed by belief in this energy, and you will continue your expansion process. And, it's one of those things. We may get frustrated. We may want to see those results with the connection between Saturn and Jupiter. That can be really realistic. I want to see the tangible. You will see the tangible, but you got to keep cracking open. The tangible may come today. It may come at another time. I pulled the postponing card, and I was like, I don't really know where that fits. If it fits, I'll use it. postponement. So we may not see it. That doesn't mean it's not coming. Be cracked open by wonder. So that's it for today. Have a beautiful eclipse. If you'd like more information about your personal chart, book a reading, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.